from Astoria. If you can please stand up.
Hi. This is my first town hall meeting, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm really concerned about about Trump's defiance of court orders, bringing back Kilmar Garcia, essentially eliminating due process for all U.S. persons in the country, regardless of citizenship status. My question is, like, what can Congress do about this? What does it say about a post-Trump presidency that this sets a precedent for any future president to do this in the future, defying the court orders, especially SCOTUS, the highest court in the land?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And this is one of those incredibly important questions because what is happening to Kilmar Abrego Garcia could happen to any one of us, because that is what eliminating due process means. It means that, you know, you could point to anyone and accuse them of being undocumented, including U.S. citizens, and just immediately ship off U.S. citizens to some prison camp in El Salvador that is not subject to U.S. jurisdiction, and this sets the ground not just for undocumented people, but for political dissidents as well, U.S. political dissidents. And so this is a tremendously important issue. Senator Van Hollen has been an incredible leader. For folks who may not know, Kilmar is a constituent in Maryland, and so his congressman is Representative Glenn Ivey, and Senator Van Hollen, who's also the chair on foreign affairs, or one of the leaders on foreign affairs in the Senate, has been able to draw a great degree of attention to this issue. I think we need to continue to have a drumbeat of legislators that are going to El Salvador, and not just making sure that we're keeping eyes on him, but that we are continuing to draw attention to this issue. And I do believe that that is what will be happening. I think that there are arrangements being made to ensure that, and I know that there's a steady stream. So it also, you know, Senator Van Hollen did that, but I do know that Representative Maxwell Frost, Representative Robert Garcia on the Oversight Committee also headed down over there. And we are in a place where there have to be political consequences for these things. Things will not change unless there are political consequences. And one of the good things that we're seeing is that there are starting to be political consequences. We don't just have to wait until next year for something to happen. There have been these special elections that have been going on. There were 2 special elections in Florida where Matt Gaetz's seat was, and where Michael Waltz's seat was, those vacancies. And those are supposed to be solid red districts. And even though a Republican won in those seats, they were supposed to win by 40 points. And they won by much less than that. And that is why Elise Stefanik got pulled from the UN ambassador nomination, which is good. It's a good development because we need to show that these actions have consequences. And it sure seemed like Representative Stefanik wanted that post, and she's not getting it because she is enabling the brutality of this administration. And that's what these people respond to, is consequences. And so it's very important that we continue to organize and that we continue to show electorally that there are consequences for this, because unfortunately, with people who are so self-motivated, we should say, that's what they respond to. It is the FAFO theory of politics here that Republicans answer to. And so, you know, unfortunately, appeals to compassion, appeals to democracy, we clearly are not things that they care about. But showing them that there will be limitations to their power, because they've built their power on cruelty. They've won elections on kind of this mandate of cruelty and talking about immigration and this idea that every DACA recipient, every dreamer is like a source of chaos in America. And so it's very important that we do that. And we will continue to fight for Kilmar Abrego Garcia's release as well. So thank you.